Hey everybody, my journey to do okay as the Ironclad never ends. Yo, this is a tough choice. We have the potentiality to get a free elite, or we could take 18 damage for a rare relic. So that's where I'm going. Okay, good and bad. You can't dodge these elites forever, so I think you want to fight this guy. So, Peace Pipe. I believe that with Peace Pipe, you can build a very strong deck. It might require a little bit more skill, a little bit more know-how than I have, but maybe if we play slow, we can get there. What do you take early? Number one thing I'm going to focus on, cards that allow us to kill enemies faster. Cleave is one such card. So we're gonna start there. Didn't really buy us too much here, but that's okay. We're frail, which is not bad. And we got the magic numbers there. We've almost paid for Peace Pipe. I think we will take a Clothesline. It does damage, and the weakness is very helpful. Pommel cycles, but what are we hoping to draw? Right now, basic strikes. Basic defense, for the most part. So, honestly, hit me for 3, and then that puts you in Clothesline range. I'm really, redoubling my efforts. And dedicating myself to a win as this character. Because it's, you might think I'm enjoying losing over and over as the Ironclad. It's not the case, believe it or not. It's not my intention. I'm still going to take an Iron Wave. Even though it's coincided with a lot of our losses. I don't think it's that card's fault. Now, it does apply 3 weak. Clothesline does when it gets upgraded. It's very, very good against the Hexa Ghost. I think I talked myself into it. I did think about a transformation, but let's go for the Clothesline pickup. 12 damage. I think it's pretty simple. You die in 1 strike. Actually, 1 better than strike because we're weak here, but... Okay, or 2 strikes, which is better than 1 strike. It just costs you more. We're not going to do 20, we're not going to do 34 damage to you next turn. That's for darn certain. I think we probably, in the end, we win out by applying this weakness. Just starting to tilt the needle a little bit towards our direction. We've taken 8 damage just to him in the last 2 turns, but is he? Yeah, he's dead. 61 HP is fine. Another Clothesline. I think I could be persuaded. The ability to apply 5 weakness, and which at some point, with a deck this thin, 5 weakness is infinite weakness. We apply 5 every 3 turns. The math is pretty simple. So we've already saved ourselves 10 damage by the time we get back around here. And I think we'll just keep going for broke. He's not going to be vulnerable forever, so we have taken damage. We still want to hit him hard. I think we want to bash because vulnerability is more valuable in killing him in a single turn. Yo, that was a really, really good fight. 2 upgraded defense. Let's add a shrug it off and keep the gears moving. Where do you go from here? We could start removing some cards. The deck's already pretty thin. I was like, what happened to our defense? It's not that they're gone. It's just that they've been upgraded. Okay, so we're going to start with an upgraded Clothesline. But if we wanted to, we could start to pull cards. I don't know how to feel about that. But I'm going to do it for 7 HP, so I must feel okay about it. We've added 4 attacks, 1 defense. So cutting a basic strike, relatively easy. Strawberry, don't dislike it. We have to fight an elite. I don't want to become weak. You free magic flower. Okay. Yikes. This is a tough one. I really don't want to rest, so I'm not gonna. What did I do? Did I hit skip? Am I losing my... What happened? I was just clicking around randomly due to a broken brain. Something went terribly wrong. I actually need to go back and check the footage. I don't think I got screwed. I think I screwed myself, but simultaneously, what did I do? This is the boss we did not want to fight, but it's okay for now. I think we take 5 just to get out ahead of this, because we're going to have so many dazes. Is going to just make you cry yourself to sleep at night. We have a great kind of optic look for the Hexa Ghost fight, because we can keep him permanently weak. We need to get a clothesline on one of the first 2 turns. Now, what are we doing here? Well, we can survive a really, really bad turn. But if we hit a lethal turn, we have to pop the Swift Potion. This is a break-even turn, sadly. I think this is worth using it. And it didn't work out. We're going to go down to 1 HP. But keeping in mind that a rest is pretty... and we also heal for 9 after combat. Bottled Lightning. We don't want to apply 1 week on the first turn. What would we use with Bottled Lightning right now? Probably nothing. Obviously, we're going to take it. I mean, do we really want a Shockwave in hand first turn? I think it's the best option, but... surprised we can't buy any relics. So I don't think we'd pay to remove something right now. I think Panacea is fine, and Double Tap is obviously awesome. I'm just trying to think, do we need like a Ghostly Armor? I'm gonna add one. I think it's more critical. More critical that we get the Ghostly Armor, that is. Because I think as long as we keep him weak, it's pretty unlikely we're gonna die. And, you know, having those blocks, I think, is more valuable than having the defense, I guess, is the logical conclusion there. Or having the blocks is more valuable than having the strikes, I mean. We'll throw a Panacea in there just in case, and we are about to take some damage, but I'll just keep the vulnerability flowing. Starting to worry if the, you know, my methodology's kind of falling apart here. He's definitely going to get around. And I think we're hitting him a little too slowly. I'll take 4 damage to hit him with our major attack. The burns are the real problem, though. So 8 turns of weakness, but we're very quickly learning. The weakness we have is fine, but we'd very desperately love to maybe apply some vulnerability faster. Yeah, for like this exact reason, though. Yeah, I think we're gonna die. We're on 1 HP. Yeah, you don't like to see the burns. And we are dead. This hurts. But you know, when you're going through hell, keep going. But maybe there's a corollary. When you're going through hell, maybe change it up a little bit as well. Okay, so we're gonna take the coward's way out here. But we're gonna follow it up by trying to go a little elite heavy on the first floor. All I'm going to say is that I think our other approaches also still work. Add offense early, and if anything, I don't know, maybe the double tap would have saved us, but I doubt it now that I think about it. I don't know, I'll tell you why. I've come to the realization of why I suck more as the Ironclad than I used to. I've come down to the idea that if you want to win in Slay the Spire, what do you have to do? You have to get passive block, or you have to get incredible block. And this character sucks at blocking, as compared to other characters in the game. Unlike the defect, he can't put up 200 passive block. Unlike the silent, you know, there's no after image, there's no footwork. Now, you can get metallicized, you can get barricade, you can get a block deck. It just requires a few more tools. Because it's uncommon, I'm going to take the early metallicize and see if maybe that's how we can make something happen here. 30% more gold. Yes, I'll go down to 81 HP. I really, by the way, wanted to take Cleave, but I recognize the on-paper value of metallicize. It's not immediately useful, but the longer a fight goes on, the more useful it'll be for sure. Alright, regen potion is helpful. Out of these, nothing really works immediately, but I'll take a Twin Strike just because it's a better attack. I'm going to remove a defend. So watch out. Things are about to get a little bit spicy here. Taking 6 damage is totally fine. Probably our first, I mean definitely our first upgrade target is metallicize. Honestly, 40 damage rules. Corruption, very interesting. I don't think we can take it yet. If we want to go for a block build, it is important, but it shows up at uncommon level. I think we could have another chance to get it. So we're going to start with metallicize. Yes, it's only 1 block, but 1 block per turn. Really helps us out against this guy, actually. Bash, Twin Strike. Pretty simple. I'm thinking we'll blow both potions to kill this guy next turn if we can. Sounds good to me. Oma Mori. Wild Strike, Seeing Red, Armaments. It's kind of a boring choice. But I still think it's really, really good. Ornamental Fan is just okay, but could be worse. I mean, this is our ideal first turn. Now, we don't have much offense in here at all, so... Hold on. What happens if this gets upgraded? It's going to do 7 damage twice, so it's going to do 20, because he's vulnerable. If we don't upgrade it, it'll be 14 plus 9 plus 9. If we do upgrade it, it'll be 20 plus 14? Yeah, I think it's worth upgrading. 13. Still. Okay, bash. No bash. If we're gonna play any defense, we should play armaments. So let's play armaments, strike, strike. I know we gotta stay ahead, but... Okay, you have to play bash. Sure. Taking 11 damage is not that bad. Now we strike. And we only need to hit him a little bit next turn. And we're not going to get there. So we're going to try to put up enough block. 7, 13. I'm going to hit you. We're going to take 7 damage to make him for sure killable next turn. It wasn't that bad, and Juzu Bracelet can be really useful. So Rage is really good. I really like Uppercut, though. And Dual Cast doesn't hit anything yet, so... give me max HP. Far be it for me to say that we got screwed, but we haven't really gotten too much value from these elites immediately. Of course, Omamori is like really helpful later. Maybe as soon as, you know, we pick up Cursed, if possible. Very lucky here. But immediately, we're still kind of under the gun. And you know, I actually feel like a Thunderclap is our pick. Oh, let's do it. And the reason I like the Thunderclap is just, we have a build right now that could probably keep the enemy vulnerable for a long period of time. Man, I don't really want to split you at this little damage, but, or this little HP. I guess it's gotta happen. And then hopefully, this is just frailty, so we definitely kill you. And then weaken you. We take 3 damage. Very tough choice, by the way. Coming up. And we'll still take an Infernal Blade. I think I'm gonna try to get away with the uppercut being upgraded. We'll see. We might even be able to stop you. We gotta do 18 damage. I think we're just barely gonna get there, thank God. Okay, get a Metallicize out there. Yikes. I'm still gonna Rampage you, but I'm not gonna strike you. The Rampage is kind of like... I'm happy we got it, because it does give us a means to scale, which is way more valuable on boss fights than against, like, random enemies. We're going to be able to apply vulnerability next turn, plus we got 4 extra block. We're only taking 12. I know it looks bad. It is bad, but I don't think it's totally busted yet. We still have this speed potion to get us out of a jam. Stay steady. I mean, this is not what you want to happen. We're taking... Well, we're only taking 8 damage, but it's the principle of it. Like, the one turn we needed the blocks on. Mind you, we haven't added that many blocks to our deck, so, you know, at some point you gotta own up to the fact that we probably could have done a better job with adding some defense, but hey, that's what the second floor is for. Oh my God, we lived. What a world. I mean, so like none of it is great here. Barricade maybe at some point, but I don't know, dude. I feel like we gotta go double tap. Kind of cursed relic selection. I'm gonna take Astrolabe and try for the moon. Ghostly Armor, Rage, Disarm. Took a lot of offense out of our deck there. Well, we have to face an elite. Give me the question marks pre-elite. I don't have a whole lot of confidence in this deck right now. I do love to see Rampage just show up randomly. It's very helpful. You know... I don't like it either, but at least we only take 4 damage out of it. Might as well. It's just I don't know about you guys. I just feel right now like this deck is like adrift. Like, it isn't bad. It's doing all right. Sorry, Ghostly Armor. But it's not... It's just a few good cards. It needs some kind of identity. It also needs to shrug it off. So... I'm gonna do it. I know it only gives you 3 now. Why on earth would I do this? I really think... And this is why I'm not spending much here. If we get the spoon, which I was so prepared to see... If we get the spoon, this intangibility could be worth the world to us. You know what? Let's go Zane. I'm taking Prismatic Shard. Apart from that, I have no idea. I'm gonna try a dual wield for the simple reason. Hold on, what happens if you get upgraded? It's no longer ethereal. Nah. We're gonna upgrade double tap. But the idea is you get dual wield and infernal blade on the same turn. Well, it's hard to be mad at that. You know what? You have to go early on this guy. Originally, I was like, well, just play the defend. But no, he's got to go. Those wounds are going to get ridiculous. Rage. I mean, you could dual wield the uppercut to add more to the deck. But I think you got to crunch this dude ASAP. So just do your best to get out ahead here. What am I hoping for from Prismatic Shard? I don't know, dude. Basically, Frost Orbs. That's right. We've now hit the point where I don't just beg for Frost. This guy's got to go. I don't care. Saves us 10 anyway. We don't just beg for Frost on defect runs. Now, we beg for Frost on every run. We get 2 turns of intangibility. That's worth an awful lot. Obviously, we're not going to be able to attack next turn, but we got to be able to do something. Alright. We didn't do anything at all. And we are not dead, but we have to kill one of you to not die. And that cannot be done. We can only get to 13. You know what? I guess we could have lived for one more turn. Alright, here we go again. 23 minutes in on like our 4th Ironclad run. And you're watching a grown man fall apart. It's an embarrassment. Yo, all is forgiven. At this point, I'm not even asking you for a win. That's what's sad. I'm just asking you for a hope. I'm asking you for a dream. I like how the choice on the path is like, do you want to fight no elites? Or how would you feel, say, about fighting every elite ever made? So those are our options right now. But I'm going to tell you, as much as you might look at these runs and say, NL, you're doing so bad, I'm very slowly learning which cards are good and which cards suck. I'm learning real quick that all the cards suck. And one day, I'm gonna realize what the good cards are. When we realize that, we're just gonna add that card into our deck in, you know, 20 of those. 20 angers and a spinning top. And a dream. Why not also approach this from a body slam perspective? I'll go to 45. Easy. Pantograph is beautiful. Okay, we're doing the reckless path here for certain. Take 2 damage. Bludgeon won't kill him. Bomber, dude. What do? Well, you just get him to the point where Bludgeon will kill him and then play Bludgeon. I think has historically been kind of my methodology. Bludgeon. Just gonna level with you. Meant to click on it to examine it. Accidentally played it. Hard to say that one's the game's fault. Bothers me nonetheless. Go ahead and hit me for 10. You're witnessing a dejected man. This is like the opposite of an AC/DC song. You know, where he's like, you know, I'm a wanted man. This content is unwanted. Under all circumstances. But we're still here, and we're still trying to do something. I don't even know what at this point. Now we draw Bludgeon. This is gonna look ridiculous, but we're gonna draw Bludgeon. So make sure you die. We need to draw Defends to live. Now we don't. Now we just need to draw Bludgeon. Please, I beg of you. We're coming close to the point we don't even need to get Bludgeon. A couple of strikes will do it. Yo, okay. First delete down. Runic Dodecahedron, that's a cruel joke. I don't respect it. I don't respect it. Give me an armaments. What comes next? We rest. And we Bludgeon. Bash Bludgeon, please. I hate you. Bash this turn, Bludgeon the next turn. You gotta do it. You know you gotta do it. I wish we didn't have to do it. Armaments to keep yourself alive temporarily. Bash. Don't draw Bludgeon. Thank you. Thank you. Next turn we get Bludgeon. He's vulnerable. We're gonna get him. We're alive. I mean, it's not like we're gonna live with 1 HP versus 4. Or 4 versus 1, I mean. Bro. Why? Why? Why am I like this, but why is this run like this? They say madness is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So then I must be mad. Furious, even. I don't know, man. Costanza? Full Costanza? Sure, let's add Havoc to the deck. I don't know. Sure, I don't know. Take a Defend. I don't need the block. By all means. Go ahead. I figure we might as well just do the opposite. Or at least like a twisted version of what we think is the right way to play things. You may leave, Tomo. I'm sorry. I know I was shouting. Well, obviously we want to fight an elite. And we want to get... I mean, if we get Demon Form and make something free. Let's take Hemokinesis for damage. And what are we going to upgrade? I have no idea, dude. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just... At this point, I've come to the idea, or I wouldn't call it a conclusion necessarily, but I have this idea that we're better off just playing random cards. than what we've been doing in the past here. That's where I'm at right now. That's where my broken Slay the Spire brain is now in the position where it's like, you know what? Picking random cards to add to the deck is smarter than what I've been doing. Somehow, I have to admit, this fight's going pretty well, to be honest. We gotta make sure you're killable next turn. Yas. Still need to use one of these, but I'm glad I had them. Fossilized Helix is wonderful. So, like, don't question it. At this point, why would you question it? You know, it's clearly working out pretty well for you. Actually, Hemokinesis is really nice to have. In order to get self-forming clay to work more. So, I don't want to use buffer on my Hemokinesis. I hope that that's relatively... Ah! Rude. Where's this deck going? I don't know. You're witnessing the trials of a man who has lost his mind. Not even close. Being able to play Barricade for free is BEA beautiful. Welcome back, Tomo. He's a glory hunter. Thank you for not being Hemokinesis. So what good does Barricade do us? Well, it's an astute question, because immediately it does nothing. Long term, I know it sounds exciting, right? Long term, should we live long enough for that to be a term? We're in a very good spot. Hold on. You're gonna live? I'm just gonna ice you. I'm fine. Give me that 3 extra block next turn. We might need it anyway. Who? What have I done? Who the heck is our boss? Slime Lord. Well, I almost ended my own life accidentally there. You know, it's the perfect boss. I'm very scared we're going to draw Hemokinesis on this. Okay, we didn't, which means we can get the kill, but it's the perfect boss for us to have... we need Body Slam, 100%. The perfect boss for us to have Fossilized Helix against. Without a doubt. Literally, in my frustration, I was like, you know what would be a good idea? You should definitely dual-wield Barricade. I mean, for 3 energy, you could make something free. Smart play. Thankfully, Bludgeon is here to save us from ourselves. 32. 46. Dead, and Fossilized Helix protects us from our own damage. We need attacks. Do not fight the elite. Oh my god. Why? Well, a defend does nothing for us. I think you do something like this. Rest assured, I also hate it. I don't know, dude. Like, I've so mind jammed myself, I guess. We're dead unless we kill something or put up a block. I've so mind-jammed myself as the Ironclad that now when I make it to the first boss, I'm like, Yeah, brother. That's a good run right there. We died, but at least we lived long enough to make it to the first boss. And what's messed up is that in my head, I'm like, we haven't changed anything. But obviously that can't be true. It just can't. Thank you. We do want another body slam. We hate that they cost... Yeah, I think we need a block right now. But how are we going to kill him? Like, what are we going to hit him with? Hemokinesis? A little spooky, to be honest. But I think we need a True Grit nonetheless to try to make a Barricade work. And then, I guess Body Slam is how you get the kill. But you definitely have to rest. Just to be able to, you know, sustain a couple of hits. So you can't play Hemokinesis first. We should have popped this early as well. Hemokinesis has to block his first big attack. Beautiful. A free Barricade. Actually, like, exactly what we're looking for. We still can't play Hemokinesis next turn. So we didn't want to bring it back. One of Battle Trance or Dual Wield will get exhausted. I don't think we do it. I know that sounds wrong. Go ahead and hit me. That's fine. The loss of Hemokinesis sucks real bad. 2 enemies with 44 HP each, though, that's not horrible. So we can't even bring back Hemokinesis. I think it's pretty simple. We're gonna headbutt Battle Trance. Rather than trying to get rid of slimes, we're gonna use Battle Trance to try to draw through them. And then the idea is let me think. We need to put up some block. It hit Headbutt, which is horrible, but at least it didn't hit Body Slam, which needs to stick around for this deck to function. So the plated armor is helping us out so much, and that has illuminated something for me. It's fine, go ahead and hit me. We would love to add a Metallicize to this deck. As screwed up, and it is screwed up, but as screwed up as this run is, totally fine by me. It has, like, the self-forming clay, the fossilized helix, etc., etc. It has the tools to make a block deck. Feel No Pain, Corruption. You know, there's something in here that could take us to a win. And if we win, I will be furious. I will also be exalted. But I will be furious. It's gotta be Juggernaut, dude. Absolutely. And then, sure. I mean, we're losing enough HP to make that worthwhile. But 1 strength on enemies is like nothing. I think the energy's more valuable. It was close, though. I'm not building around Hemokinesis. Let me put it that way. Alright, so we want to... There will be no dodging of elites, but we can wait a while to fight them. Let's go on the path that has a shop on it. So Juggernaut, great news. I think it's weird, but I think we defend, headbutt, and then Havoc. And then we know we're exhausting a defend. What do we care? It did extra damage to him. Took a strike. No big deal. Honestly, I think it's how you gotta do it. Every Hemokinesis does 3 extra damage now. Yikes. So I think we're gonna get out ahead of him, but it's a tough one. It's certainly not a guarantee. I don't mind it, believe it or not. But it is highlighting the need for a metallicize. It's not what I was looking for, believe it or not. This almost killed us. So I'm going to do what I always do when we almost die in Slay the Spire. And just hope that this was an enemy that hard counters us. But no promises. Ooh, this seems dangerous. Okay. Well, give me a barricade first. Thank you for not being Hemokinesis. Let's get some more headbutts going. I'd like to put up 11 block or 12 block next turn. Realistic? Let's say possible instead of realistic. Okay, not possible. So we are going to lose buffer on this turn. But we have both of our major enablers out there. I just think we lack enough block. I think we'd like straight up have to start popping these. We lack enough block in the deck to kill this guy. Doesn't matter. We'll take another True Grit. I don't know, man. This is like, I really thought that we would leave this video and be like, we've done it. You know, we've mastered. That's terrible. We've mastered the Ironclad. We finally got over the hump. Instead, it's like, it's so the opposite that I'm like, I just never want to see this guy again. Go ahead and kill me. You got me. No problem. I don't know what to say. Silent is like plausible. Defect is plausible. I am missing something as the Ironclad. Please lend me your ears. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. That was a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching. We're gonna maybe take a little break from the Ironclad. Focus on the Defect, dude. I know we're knocking on Ascension 20, but it's killing me. Anyway, see you next time. See ya.